What's up, everybody? My name is OMG WTF fellow WBRB. Welcome to the weekly indie highlights of the Invasion series. We just had SummerSlam, great pay-per-view. In fact, if we go here to our top 100, it is, what was it again? Oh. Okay, never mind. I thought it was the attendances, but no. It is the top pay-per-view buy rate, 2.74 for that pay-per-view. It is our most purchased pay-per-view, beating out last year's SummerSlam. Isn't that kind of crazy that both the SummerSlams are the big buyouts? I wonder if that actually has something to do with, like, the months and all that. That'd be interesting. I never actually thought that maybe TEW would take months and whatnot into consideration, but who knows? Maybe they do. I don't. Anyway, this is the weekly highlight. We'll be looking at our developmental companies alongside some of the more well-known companies of today, like TNA and maybe a AEW. Before we do that, we do have some things I want to kind of go over real quick on this screen. Only really one thing, except for Linda McMahon's big morale issue. I think she's mad that we fired Stephanie. Technically, we didn't. She left, but whatever. Rock is off the film, so he will be gone. Charmel's going to be gone in about 2 months, which, big deal, but she will. And Triple H, yes, indeed. It wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't a kayfabe, oh, he's leaving, but he's going to, Juan Cena it and be back in just, like, next week or something. No, Triple H is leaving. He will be leaving the company tomorrow, and then I will go ahead and kind of edit him into AEW as the booker. So Stephanie will be the owner of AEW, and Triple H will be the booker, and he will be a pretty big get for AEW, who I believe is only a cult company and would not be able to get him otherwise, but then again, I don't know how it works with the computers, because in my own personal save, I'm not able to hire Big E, but Ring of Honor and TNA are able to at least offer him a contract despite being lower in popularity and importance than me, but whatever. Nonetheless, Triple H is going to be leaving. I don't even think I showed you guys his popularity, but yeah, he's a pretty big get for AEW. Now, what they do with him at that point, I don't know. But he will be the booker as well. And, yeah, that's about it. We do have some notepad things we can go over here. AEW did sign some more new talent, Jimmy Del Rey and Balls Mahoney this time. And we got a couple of emails from some of our talent here regarding some of our other talent. From Raven, he says, Hayashi of the dojo doesn't connect with the fans, and we should probably write the kid off. And Kevin Ash says that Gregory Helms isn't charismatic, and we should probably release him and hire someone better. Excuse me. It doesn't ever seem like it's anything positive normally. Like, every once in a while, like we got RVD complimenting that one guy, Dizzy Hyde, and from the Afternoon Express, but even then, it's rarely ever positive. Real quick, I didn't actually check this out. I want to see this. Okay, so, excuse me again. They do have a show. It says Monday, week 1 in June. What are we in? Didn't June just pass? Yeah, we're in. Did they have that show? Did we miss it? No, we didn't. Interesting. But Monday, week 1 in June is AEW Hard Times, but they haven't had a show yet. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the AEW roster. We will go all the way down to personalities first. See if they have any personalities. They do not. Hopefully we're not lagging, because I know sometimes the things like to lag when I pull up these things. So hopefully it's not like lagging behind or my audio isn't getting desynced. No road agents. That's not good. You guys should have at least one. No authority figures. They have one referee, Mickey J. Not that like any of these really matter that much, but color commentator is the Masked Superstar, aka Bill Eadie from Demolition. Apparently, he's got an AEW specific mask too, and they are doing some AEW crap. They have a masked ring and color commentator, just like Evil Uno. And then, this doesn't shock me, their announcer is Dave Meltzer. Does that shock anybody? I mean, Dave Meltzer is pretty much on the AEW pay grade. Or at least rumored. Anyway, managers, we have Afa from the Wild Samoans, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and Stephanie McMahon. Occasional wrestlers, do we have any of those? We do! It's the Ultimate Warrior. Or just Warrior, because, we own the rights to that. They only have one person in their women's division, and that is ODB, One Dirty Bitch. As for Enhancement Talents, we have Brian XL and Roderick Strong. Openers are Antonio Thomas, Jared France, and Kafu. Or is it maybe Kafu? Lower mid-carders, Angel, Antifes del Norte, Brent Albright, Don Fuji, and Homeless Jimmy. Well, I don't think he'll be homeless much longer. Mid-carders are Boyce Legrande, Chuck Taylor, Duke the Dumpster Drozy, J.C. Ice, Jason Knight, Kid Romeo, Luke Poirier, Mikey Henderson, Robert Thompson, and Super Dragon. Upper mids, we have Don Harris, Glenn Roof from the Headbangers, Ice Train, Ray Lloyd, also known as Glacier, Robert Gibson from the Rock and Roll Express, Vito LaGrossa, or should I say, and Vito LaGrossa, because he's the final upper mid-carder. And finally, the main eventers are Brian Clark, Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, Devon Storm, Jushin Thunder Liger, Road Warrior Animal, and the Vampire Warrior, also known as Gangrel. Any teams? Oh, we have one team, the West Side Players 2000, Boyce Legrande and Robert Thompson. And as for titles, they do have a couple of championships. We have their mid-card title, which is the AEW number 1 contender championship. Their female championship, which is the AEW Girl Power title. Their main event title, the AEW International Championship. And finally, the AEW Tag Team Championships. Oh, I didn't mean to go to news. What the hell am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for this, but it's down there. All right, moving on. Who shall we do first? Or who's going to come up first? The Heartland Wrestling Association. So let's see. Did they... No, that was last week. Okay. Just wanted to make sure they haven't had like a paper... Well, it would have had a name, so never mind. So HWA Wrestling from this week got a 49D plus rating. We opened up with a 31E plus rating as we have 6-man tag team action. Chris Rambola, Cody Hawk, and BJ Whitmer, there he is, defeated the team of Larry Destiny, Chris Chetty, and Gutter. After that, 31E plus rating as the A Squad. Shet and Dean Jabolski defeated the team of Trent Acid and David Swift to retain the HWA tag team titles. After that, 30E plus rating as Mike Bell defeated Tony Kozinha. We then had a 33E plus rating as Chad Coiler, that's not him, Chad Coiler, retained the HWA Cruiserweight Championship against Chance Beckett. Semi-main, 45 Solid D as Johnny the Bull Stamboli defeated Yang. And in our main event, 53C minus rating, Rory Fox retains the HWA Heavyweight Championship against the Blue Meanie. All right. Moving on. Well, let's take a quick look at New Japan. We're just going to look at the championships real quick. Just see who the champions or whatnot. They haven't held the G1 yet. That was last year. Scott Norton was the winner. Nothing there yet either. Current IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Satoshi Kojima. First championship reign. He's held it since June of 2001. In fact, it's been a full year for him now. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, Heavyweight Tag Team Champions are Koji Kanemoto, I think that's how you pronounce that, and Minoru Tanaka. Oh, wow, they're on like a 2-year reign. In fact, they've probably been champions since the beginning of the game. And then we have the IWGP Tag Team Champions, Hiroshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima. Tenkoji. I'm just trying to remember what exactly. They've also been champions since the very beginning. 2-year reign for them. And the Wrestling Spirit Champion is Masahiro Chono. All right. We have NWA Wild Side. Let's see what went on there. Only one show this week for them. We open up the night with a solid E 28 rating as Frankie Kazarian defeated JC Daz. We then go to a 48 D+ rating as we have a confrontation involving Ernest Miller, Brian Kendrick, and Ken Anderson. 42 solid D rating as Scotty Wren defeated Matt Cross. It always seems like JC Daz and Scotty Wren are a team. I forget exactly what their team is, but it always seems like JC Daz is losing in singles action and Scotty Wren is winning, and they never team anymore. It's almost like there's a one-upsmanship storyline going on here. We have a backstage skit involving Carlito Cool and Paul London. We then go on to Lazarus defeating Jimmy Rave and CM Punk to retain the NWA Georgia Junior Heavyweight Championship. 51 D+ rating as Ray Gordy teamed with Sin and Todd Sexton to defeat the team of Caprice Coleman, AJ Styles, and Ernest the Cat Miller. 47 solid D rating as Jason Cross and Onyx defeated the team of David Young and Rick Michaels, a.k.a. Bad Attitude. And in our main event, 46 solid D rating as Air Paris defeated Tony Stradlin to retain the NWA Wildside Heavyweight Championship. And then after this, we've only got one more of our developmental companies to take a look at, and that'll be Ohio Valley Wrestling. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Is it 2? No, that was last week. Okay. Just one show for OVW as well. 49 D+ rating as we open up the night with Andy Anderson defeating JJ Perez with the 31 E+ rating. We then go backstage with a skit involving Rena Miro and Nikita, which got a 70 C+. Very impressive. Followed by BJ Payne defeating Scott D'Amore by disqualification with a 29 solid E rating. Cheerleader Melissa, there she is. Cheerleader Melissa defeated Allison Danger to retain the OVW Women's Championship with a 37 D- rating. John Cena defeats Necro Butcher to retain the OVW Hardcore Championship. 45 solid D for that. 41 solid D rating here as we have Ricky Banderas and Maven defeating the team of Flash Flanagan and Trailer Park Trash. And finally, in the main event, 56 C- rating as Bull Buchanan defeats Fit Finley to retain the OVW Heavyweight Championship. What exactly does Fit Finley do down there? Is he hired by them? Because I don't have him under contract. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at Ring of Honor and TNA. Doesn't look like Ring of Honor has held any shows, and I've already kind of looked at the roster, so there's no real point in looking at that. I don't think anything new has changed. As for TNA, they have had a show. They have weekly shows. So let's take a look at TNA Impact from the 4th week of June. We open up the night with a 62 solid C rating as we have a brawl involving Brian Adams, Shane Douglas, and Buff Bagwell. Followed by a 33 E+ rating as Nelson Knight defeated Kenny Omega. We then have a backstage skit involving Terry Runnels and China Doll, which got a solid 60C. Then a 39D- rating as we have a pre-match interview with Joanne Clark. And no, it's not Mae Young, it's Joanne Clark. Let's just be clear about that. She's a very young lady. She's just got a disease or something that makes her look elderly. Anyway, 16 F+ rating. Woo boy. Cindy Rogers defeats Joanne Clark. We then go to a 50D+ rating as we have a confrontation involving Jeff Jarrett, CM Punk, Chris Candido, and Julio De Niro. And we end off the night with a 56C- rating as Jeff Jarrett and CM Punk defeated Chris Candido and Julio De Niro in tag team action. 51D+ rating for the show. And as for that, I think that's going to wrap it up here because there is not much else really left to go over. And I can finally start working on Monday Night Raw now and not have to worry about missing this like I always do. So anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. My name has been OMG WTF LFWBRB. Have a great one, guys. Oh, almost forgot to pull up the Twilight Zone here and mute it so we can make sure everything's great. Have a great one.